Hello everyone, and today we're going to give you a full guided tour of our VW crafter camper van that is called Wilbert. He is a medium wheelbase crafter van, and we bought him just as a standard panel van and now is an off-grid camper van. The key thing to this video to remember is that we built this camper van all on our own and did not take it anywhere to be fitted out. So we did everything ourselves. We had no tools, no equipment, and no technical know-how to build this. And the good thing is we're going to show you what can be done like us with little information, little tool, little knowledge, and just a home driveway. So come join us and let's go and check out our van. Cab is fairly simple. We've gone for the 3 fixed seats so they don't swivel. We've got the standard pack, so we haven't got any extras to it, but we don't mind that. The extras that I've put in myself is the aux beam switch panel, which is at the top here, and the Wolfbox Pro, and we'll go around the back in a minute, show you where the camera is on that. Both fantastic devices that we've left at the top here work really well. The great thing about the crafter as well is the amount of storage compartments that you have in the front here. A whole extensive array here, especially on the top. You'll also notice our Lego campervan and our polar bear sitting at the front. So yeah, lots of storage. We do have the dry robe seat covers, which are really warm, but recently from the Van Haven, we had these heated seat covers that fit underneath these seats, and they are absolutely amazing. They work off the power pack here, and then they're just switched to a 3-tier switch, and they're underneath these seats. So we've got one at the moment on this seat and one on the other seat, and they work really well. Apart from that, the cab is very simple. I'll explain the heating that we've got as well, because part of that is within the cab. But that's it essentially. Absolutely brilliant. One decision we did make early on was that we weren't going to have the cab area and the living area as combined. We left the bulkhead in, but cut an area out just so we can see through, and if needs be we can climb over. We've had to a couple of times, but not for emergencies, just because we're lazy and the weather's really bad.
Because someone's knocked on the van to tell us to move.
The simple thing for us was that we knew what design we wanted when we bought the van. So we bought the van as a standard panel van and did it all ourselves, like I said. And the design of it was easy. We found a design we really liked from the Brown Bird company and followed it. For us, obviously, we needed 3 berth, which made it really easy because it is a 3 berth. It's got everything on here, so we can go away, not worry about not having a toilet. We've got one of them. We've got the sink, we've got the hob, we've got the fridge, we've got absolutely everything with us. So electric hookup. So realistic, we've got solar panel. We class ourselves as an off-grid camper van. And Hayley's sitting there comfortable. So while you're there, I'm going to let you explain the kitchen build and where everything is within the kitchen. because the kitchen is an L-shaped kitchen facing the front, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we'll start off on the far end where we've got our 8-litre fridge. As he passes me the microphone. So we have our 8-litre fridge, which is currently off because obviously we're not out and about in it. But it's got a freezer compartment, and then it's got obviously your door, and then it holds a lot. I'd say this is just a tiny bit smaller than our under-counter fridge at home. Yeah, about that?
Yeah.
And then
we always fill it, don't we?
Oh God, yeah. Whether that's with nice food or healthy food. So then moving on to the surface, we have our 2 gas hob, which we tend to do all of our meals on there really, because we don't tend to have cold meals in the van. We have the odd occasional salad, but we have like chicken or something with it, don't
really
we?
Well.
So then moving on from that, in the corner, you'll see we've got a set of 2 plugs. That is only available to be used if we've got electric hookup. Unfortunately, we don't have an inverter in our van, so a lot of vans, friends that we know, they've got inverters where they can draw the power from the solar panel to use those plugs on a daily basis. So then moving on to this section, we have a lovely amount of work surface space for where we can put an iPad on if we're watching the TV or whatever we're watching, cooking meals, meal prep, anything you can think of really. And then next to that we have this wonderful little sink. I think this was IKEA, wasn't it? Was the sink IKEA?
No, a lot of it was online, different places.
Yeah. James found this wonderful tap. I don't know whether we've got any water in at the minute.
Not at the moment.
But this is plumbed in to automatically give us water, so we're not having to pour water into the sink all the time. It drains into this cupboard here, where we have, excuse our cupboard, it's a tiny bit of a mess. It's a bit tidier than normal though. We have our water storage container. How much does that hold again?
I can't remember off the top of my head, so we've got one of these containers in here for fresh water, and we've got 2 in the garage as well, so we've always got a big supply of water.
Yep.
And then our waste just goes directly outside, where we can either leave it just to drain outside, or we can put another container to collect our wastewater.
Yeah, so obviously in this cupboard as well we've got all our cleaning supplies, washing up liquid, surface wipes, and this thing is an absolute godsend. And we like to have the big work surface because when we wash up, this is from Home Bargains, and it's a drying board. It's when we do all our washing up and everything, it goes on there to dry. Obviously we have to dry it by hand after, but it's a brilliant thing. Can't live without it.
So the technical aspect of the kitchen is, you'll probably notice it looks very similar to a kitchen you'd find at home, and that's because it pretty much is. So these are IKEA tall wall units that we've designed as a kitchen within the van, and the cupboards as well come from IKEA. So we love the colour, they don't tend to get too dirty, and it just looks like a kitchen at home, if not better.
Yeah.
So it works really well. We've then, in the corner here, these drawers are all full with our cutlery, with all of our bits and pieces.
Chopping board, plates, bowls, cups and everything.
So everything is in there.
Everybody has a junk drawer.
You've got the junk drawer, and then above that,
It's our cutlery.
Cutlery. Which is
all
great.
They're all soft close as well, and they don't move around when we're in the van moving.
Yeah,
either.
And then the main section is here where we keep all of our pots and our food on the second shelf. And the main thing is, past our extensive amount of toilet roll,
lots of toilet roll,
is our small bin, and then behind there, if you can see, is our gas box, which is a 907 gas bottle, with a really straightforward copper pipe that goes direct to the hob at the top. So that's how we work it. Mm-hmm. We do tend to find that we use the gas relatively quickly, but it's nice just to store it in the corner, but it's easily accessible at the same time. So realistically, when you look behind here, we have got stacks of kitchen space. It's
we've got tons of room, tons of kitchen space.
We absolutely like the kitchen space in this, and we really like the amount of fridge and freezer space as well. So yeah, absolutely brilliant.
In addition to the work surfaces and the drawers and the cupboards that we've got here, on the end here, you may have noticed as you've come into the van, we've got our wooden hooks which hold our tea towels on, and our dustpan and brush. But this, you've seen this one here, we've also got 2 up in the van, which are IKEA spice racks, which have just been painted.
And also we've made our own hooks as well. We had a lot of them and they're all sold now, so
Thanks to
some
Isaac.
of our viewers might have bought some of our hooks, but they're just rustic hooks made out of silver birch that we put on there just to give it that
A little bit of a homely feel, I
look. So
think.
there we go.
Yeah,
We
so
really like that.
So that's the kitchen.
Yeah.
Um,
The kitchen space is brilliant.
yeah.
And then underneath here is where our hot air comes out for our diesel heater. So our diesel heater is actually underslung. It's underneath the van using a Volkswagen, a VW mount, bracket mount to fit it. And then the air intake is on the driver's side.
So there's our kitchen. The great thing about this is we can literally, I could be stood there preparing vegetables or whatever I'm doing for dinner, and I can literally look to my left and see the great outdoors. And I can even cook with the doors open, providing it's not raining. So the next bit of our storage solutions, as well as our kitchen cupboards, is above the cab. We have this storage area here, which tends to have Isaac's bedding in, because it's the easiest place to put it. And then moving across. So we have obviously our spice shelves from IKEA, painted in lovely colours, thanks to James. I think these were tester pots from B&Q, weren't they?
Yeah, best thing to use on my shorts. It shows you we've got tester pots. These shelves are great if you need a quick coffee in the morning. So I've got on my coffee, my speaker,
Airpress.
and you know, a few games on there on the shelves as well.
And
So
cards and things.
Yeah.
A little bit of a decoration as well. But that is our kitchen, with the extra added storage above the cab.
it's also great looking through. You've got a 360 view from the kitchen as well. It's kind of the heart of the van.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because when we're also cooking here, we can see out of this window as well. And this window opens, it's a little bit stiff. And this opens all the way over to give us that extra light coming through. And the extra, yeah, a little bit of air. And also, the view's not bad. A couple of cars in the way, but it's not bad.
So now we're moving on to the living area in the centre of the van. So there's loads more storage in here. Everything requires storage in the camper van. And this is a multifunctional seating area. So as well as having the seats facing each other, so we can look outside, talk to each other, and use it while we're cooking, is really beneficial. Sometimes we have a table set up here as well, so we can eat on, but 9 times out of 10 we don't tend to have the table. We just have it like this and we put our feet up, which is great. So on this side is where we have huge amount of storage. There's lots of storage in here. There's a little bit in there. So this is usually where our clothes go in this side. Again, really easy to get to. And on the other side, a little bit different. If you're all wondering where the toilet is, it's hidden under here. So we simply take this off. This is magnetised. Again, this is all done by ourselves. You literally slide the toilet out and there we go. So it's not in the way at night, it's not in the way in the day. It's easy to use, and if you're like me, you can go this side as well. Which is funny.
As he likes to say, a poo with a view.
A poo with a view. So it works really, really well. And I've still got to finish this off, so it still needs painting, but it's on runners and it slides in nicely. And the reason we've done it like that, rather than it lift from the top, I'll explain in a minute. So, really strong magnets hold this in.
I think it's
Seating's great.
only failed once.
Yeah, not too many times, once.
Someone cut us up.
Yeah. So again, with this seat, as well as sitting this way, if you're on your own like me now and again, I can sit with my feet hanging out, looking at the view. So absolutely amazing.
There is a sticker coming, by the way, guys.
Absolutely amazing. From here then, So half of this is the toilet, the other half is more storage. This is where Isaac's clothes usually go, in this compartment here.
Tends to be Isaac's space, isn't it?
Yeah. So, and there's reasons why we got 2 cushions. And that is because then what happens is the table goes here, slats, and this actually then turns into a single bed.
That's on the previous one of our videos. I think where we
so one of our previous videos, it shows yourself, while me and Isaac are at the pub, setting up the bed when we're in Abu Dhabi doing a bit of a stealth camp, covert camping. So that is the living area. It's great for eating, playing games at night, and generally chilling out while we're eating dinner.
Oh, one point though with our living area, you may have noticed 2 little black blobs. We haven't
got to that yet.
Oh, well, I'm getting there now. You may have noticed them already, but I'm going for it. We have some USB chargers here. These are brilliant, especially if Isaac likes to charge his phone.
We've got one side, one the other. And there's a few reasons for that. One, that if Isaac decides to swap sides and sleep one side rather than the other, if the van's slightly leaning one way, he can put his head always at the high end and he can always charge his devices. Another good thing about these as well is they switch on and off. So they're not constantly or permanently on. And also they're protected, so if anyone hits them, then not a problem.
They're not going to get electrocuted.
On this wall again is the switch for the main lights and the heater, which I'll show you in a minute. So if we talk about the lights now, we're going to look at the ceiling. A really nice design I like about this ceiling is the black and the antique oak slats that run across it, all the way from the back of the van all the way to the bulkhead here. So what happens as well is when the lights are off, the black blends in. We've got the black here, so it blends in really nicely.
See it, but it's a little bit shiny just here.
Yeah, and then
our LED lights are.
That's how they switch on. So we really like that concept. We love the design of this, and it works really well. So yeah, again, really pleased with that. We'll leave the lights on for now. We've also got a skylight we centralised instead of having 2 because we're a medium wheelbase. I feel we didn't need to. It's great for letting light in. It's great for if we're cooking, venting the van as well. And you can either have
Stop the mozzies.
the fly screen or the blackout. But we don't tend to. Now and again we'll have it on vent if we've got the heating running, things like that. But yeah, it's been absolutely fine. Going over to this window at night, if we set this bed up, we've got ours bed fixed, which we'll talk about in a minute. But these are our blinds that Hayley made, and I should probably get her to explain it. But it is cork back fabric, and they're on clips, all done by Hayley, that roll down and sit nicely here.
You found a video on YouTube.
Yeah, we really like them.
Set of van people that did this, so we'll try and find that link and put that in there somewhere.
Really good. So they just roll up, and then we've made ourselves 3 circular clips just to attach them, and they work really well. And that's all the way around apart from the front. So we've got 2 of these in the back you'll see soon, and 1 on the door side when the slidey door shuts. Brilliant. Back of the van then. From here, we've just got our double bed. There's not much to talk about apart from it is an actual standard double bed size. So it's not been shortened, not been narrowed. It's a double bed. What you find then with this is we're reasonably short, so we haven't got the issue with the width of it because it's not a huge width, but it's big enough for us. I think if you're 5'7" plus, you might have an issue.
Well, I'm 5'7" and I just about.
There you go.
Stretch out.
And then if you're struggling with that, the next option is either sleep lengthways, which completely blocks a lot of room off, or have side pods. So you'll see a lot of vans with pods that stick out the side of the van, and that's just to increase the width of the sleeping area. What we've got to do, yeah, what we've got to do yet is still finish off some in this area. This is still got to be worked on. But on this side here, we've got 2 reading lights that are touch LED. Underneath them there is the USB charger, which works really well again.
USB chargers all over the shop.
So yeah, this bed is really comfortable. You've probably seen it in plenty of our videos, and we get a really good night's sleep in here, don't we?
Oh, we do, absolutely.
It's great, we love it. And with the windows in the back are really good because again they let in light, but we can put the blinds down and it works well. Right, next thing we need to show you, I think, is around the back of the van and in our garage space where we keep all of our junk and all of our important stuff as well. So let's head round the back. So we're going to have a look at what we've got on the outside, but let's open the doors and see what we've got on the inside first. So I changed these, and these doors now open on struts, which is really good. Not bought as a kit, bought individually to save ourselves a lot of money. And also on the doors, we've got our spade. We've got these really handy compartments here.
Thank you, Timo.
That work really, really well in storing stuff that we need to get to really, really quickly. And that's the same on the other side. For example, our fire extinguisher, first aid kit, high vis, all the things that you should need.
Yeah, they're quite handy having those on the back doors.
Yeah.
Because you can store all sorts of things.
One good thing about the bed at this height up here is the fact that there's lots of garage space underneath. Again, we tried to utilise the space as much as possible, and we found at the back here we had a bit of space between the back doors and the bed. So I decided then to fit these little cubbies.
Can't really see them from
here.
There we go.
Little cubbies, holes, so there's 3 of them, and it makes a nice little shelf. And it really finishes it off. So having this wainy edge timber across the back here makes it look really nice. So we're really pleased with that one.
Wood
and
seems to be a rolling
yeah, we do like it wood. And we found that with this build we are not overweight. So although we've got a lot of timber in here, it's a solid wood kitchen worktop, it still is under the weight quite a lot. So that really helps. In here, as you can see, there is absolutely bags of garage space. As well as the standard lighting for the garage, we have extra lighting with a flip switch here that works really well in the dark.
And you can definitely...
Yeah, we've got everything we need in here, from our toolboxes to our table to our outdoor seating to our adventure kit such as our paddle board. We put bikes in here.
And as mentioned,
everything.
Kitchen talk, we also have storage for extra water.
Yeah, and everything like that. And also on this side here, we've got our electric system, which I've talked about in a different video. It's easy to get to. We just get straight in there with any faults and we can deal with it. Again, it's something we built, I designed and built and installed so that if anything did go wrong, we know how to fix it. We really like the fixed bed at the back here because when we wake up in the morning, I can open the doors and we've got this amazing view next to us while we're still in bed, and having it this high just kind of gives you a sense of freedom, doesn't it? It's brilliant. And then again, we've got the corkback fabric blinds that are on the top here that roll down and completely black everything out. So it is an absolute game changer.
Yeah, same on the other side as well.
Then, if we look at the back, a few little changes we've made to the back of the van. First of all, spare wheel carrier is a must for us. We absolutely love it. If we ever need to take the wheel out, instead of getting it from underneath, it's here. And then to protect it, we've also got our outdoor bag on the side. And everyone knows what's in our outdoor bag because we've done plenty of shorts on this, and it is just our general waste that gets put in there. So instead of storing our waste, rubbish, general rubbish we get from a supermarket, we put it in here, and then when we look for a bin, we can put it all in the bin. So we're very good in that respect.
Shopping bags as well.
Yep, shopping bags, it all goes in here. And then the other thing that I haven't mentioned is with the Wolfbox dash cam at the front, I've wired the rear camera all the way around, and instead of being at the top there, I've got it down near the number plate just here. And it works really well for general videoing and for reversing. Works both really, really well. Another thing we've done is added plenty of stickers on, some that we need. But yeah, great stickers. And also we really like the logo that's been changed and done by Orbi Print for us, which I'll put in the description. So rather than the standard VW badge, we've gone for something a little bit more unique. Right guys, if you now want to follow me, we'll walk around this way. Again, in some of the upgraded videos you've seen, we've kept the standard wheels, standard steels, but we've just blacked them out. Cheap as chips. It's a great idea, and using etch primer spray initially to spray it, and then just using a black spray afterwards, they've lasted 20,000, 30,000 miles, and there's no issues with them. So absolutely love them. Not plastic dip on these, standard primer spray, but really you need the etch spray, grey etch spray first when you spray them, just so it all bonds together. On the top here, we've got our traction boards that are magnet mounted on there, so they're just by magnets and they haven't moved an inch. Perfectly great. Good if, like us, you haven't got really good tyres, you've got basic tyres, they're ideal. That's the next thing I was going to mention. On the roof is a simple uni-strut mechanism. We've got uni-strut all the way around, and mounted on the uni-strut is our solar panel, which is a huge solar panel. I'll put the size of it below because I can't remember off the top of my head, but it helps power us when we're permanent and we're not driving around. We come down them. This is the bit everyone gets confused with. Our diesel heater is underneath on the driver's side, underslung.
Under there somewhere.
Yep. Our air intake comes from here. So this is where the air gets drawn in, and then it goes through the diesel heater and gets pumped back out in the kitchen there. So game changer that is.
And it gets hot quick.
Yeah, it's really nice and warm. We've got the decals on the side, and then if we come round to the front, we've then got our Strands Siberia lights here that are our ditch lights.
Little cubes.
Bonnet protector. We've done a few little extra things here as well. We've put the honeycomb grille on. We've changed our badge slightly. You know, we've just made it our own. We have got the bull bar on here that we got from Spot on Bars, which they did a great deal for us on that. And then we've got these huge 9-inch Colite DRL spotlights. So these are, you can have these in white or amber daytime running lights, DRLs, and you can also have them in spots. And as you see in some of our shorts, they are mega bright and they are brilliant. And some people are like, why do you need these? And I tell you what, when you're in the middle of Wales, when it's pitch black in the winter, down forestry tracks and you can't see a thing, these are absolutely fantastic. And as well as that, on the top there, we've got our stripped LED roof light that gives us even more lighting.
Just as bright as the Colite.
Yeah. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. If you've seen anything in the van that you like or you asked advice about, then just drop it in the comments, because we haven't gone through everything, and let us know, and we will answer the questions for you, because I'm sure there's lots of bits that people want to know about. And like I said, this van has gone nowhere. We haven't took it anywhere to be built. It's purely been built by myself and Hayley, or we've done it all ourselves, and we haven't had a workshop or anything like that. We've literally had a driveway at home. So it can be achievable, it can be done, and we have done it, yep. Haven't we?
Yes, and we're still doing it.
And we still do it. We're nearly finished. So head over to our YouTube channel where you can come on adventures with us. we can show you our van build and all the quirky stuff in between.